Black History Month, observed annually in February, serves as a crucial time for Americans to reflect on the significant contributions of African Americans throughout the nation's history. Originating from the efforts of dedicated activists, this month-long celebration plays a vital role in fostering understanding, combating ignorance, prejudice, and racism, while emphasizing the importance of intersectionality in the pursuit of civil and human rights. The roots of Black History Month can be traced back to the early 20th century when historian Carter G. Woodson and minister Jesse E. Merlin founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, ASNLH, in 1915. Their goal was to promote the achievements and accomplishments of African Americans, often overlooked or marginalized in mainstream historical narratives. In 1926, they launched Negro History Week, choosing the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Over time, this celebration evolved into what we now recognize as Black History Month. Black History Month provides an opportunity for every American to delve into the rich tapestry of African American history and recognize the indelible mark individuals of African descent have left on various aspects of American society. From literature and music to science, politics, and beyond, the contributions of African Americans have shaped the nation's identity and cultural landscape. Black History Month serves as a powerful tool to combat ignorance and dismantle stereotypes that perpetuate prejudice and racism. By highlighting the achievements, struggles, and triumphs of African Americans, the month encourages dialogue and understanding. It challenges individuals to confront their biases, fostering a more inclusive and equitable society. Intersectionality, a concept introduced by Kimberly Crenshaw in the late 1980s, emphasizes the interconnected nature of social categories such as race, gender, class, and sexuality. In the context of civil and human rights, recognizing intersectionality is crucial for understanding the unique challenges faced by individuals who exist at the intersection of multiple marginalized identities. Black History Month offers an opportunity to appreciate the diverse experiences within the African American community, acknowledging that issues of race are often intertwined with other aspects of identity. Black History Month stands as a reminder that the story of America is incomplete without the narratives of all peoples, such as Black Americans. By celebrating their achievements and acknowledging the challenges they have faced, Americans can work towards a more inclusive and equitable society. Moreover, embracing intersectionality in the pursuit of civil and human rights ensures that the fight against ignorance, prejudice, and racism is comprehensive and transformative for all. As we commemorate Black History Month, let us commit to fostering understanding, appreciating diversity, and building a future where everyone's contributions are valued and celebrated. In exploring the profound journey of Black America, it is imperative to embark on a reflective journey that starts with the roots of colonization and slavery. The historical narrative we are about to delve into is inseparable from the broader context of global events, driven by economic interests and religious ideologies that have left an indelible mark on the course of human history and peoples across the globe. The origins of the African diaspora in the Americas are intricately connected to the Doctrine of Discovery, a papal bull issued by Pope Alexander VI in 1493. This doctrine, intended to facilitate the expansion of European powers, granted explorers the authority to claim lands they discovered and convert their inhabitants to Christianity. Under the guise of spreading the gospel, the Doctrine of Discovery became a catalyst for the colonization and exploitation that would shape the destinies of nations and peoples globally to this day. The intertwined forces of colonization and slavery emerged as powerful mechanisms for wealth accumulation, laying the foundations of economic systems that would shape the course of global trade. European powers, fueled by the desire for riches and dominance, exploited African labor through the transatlantic slave trade, turning human beings into commodities for the economic engines of the New World. As we journey through the annals of history, it is crucial to recognize the economic motives that underpin the subjugation of African peoples. The profitability of plantation economies, driven by forced labor, became central to the wealth-building endeavors of European nations and later, the fledgling United States. The echoes of this economic exploitation continue to reverberate through the socio-economic disparities that persist today, In parallel, the doctrine of discovery was wielded as a tool for religious conversion. European powers, often in tandem with mercenary economic interests, sought to impose Catholicism upon indigenous populations. This endeavor had profound cultural consequences, as traditional belief systems were disrupted, and indigenous peoples faced the imposition of foreign customs and religious practices. Footnote: it wasn't until Pope Francis that the Roman Catholic Church fully repudiated the doctrine of discovery on March 30, 2023, 530 years later. The interplay between economic interests, religious zeal, and the insidious machinery of colonization set the stage for the complex and painful history we are about to explore. It is within this historical context that the resilience, strength, and cultural tenacity of Black Americans become all the more remarkable. As we navigate this narrative, let us carry with us an understanding of the multifaceted forces that shaped the trajectory of Black history, laying the groundwork for both triumphs and tribulations. The history of Black America is a narrative of resilience, strength, and triumph over adversity that spans centuries. From the roots in Africa to the struggles against slavery, the Jim Crow era, and ongoing challenges, the journey of Black Americans reflects a continuous fight for freedom, equality, and justice. The story begins with the forced migration of Africans to the Americas through the transatlantic slave trade, a brutal chapter that marked the beginning of centuries-long oppression. Millions of individuals were uprooted from their homes, families torn apart, and cultures disrupted as they endured the dehumanizing journey across the Atlantic to be sold into slavery. Starting with their first arrivals to Jamestown, Virginia in 1619, Africans were subjected to the harsh realities of slavery in the American colonies. Forced labor, brutal treatment, and the denial of basic human rights characterized this period. Despite the unimaginable challenges, enslaved individuals retained their dignity and cultural identity, laying the foundation for a distinct African American culture that would persist through the centuries. The fight for freedom gained momentum with abolitionist movements and the Underground Railroad in the 19th century. Courageous individuals such as Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, and Sojourner Truth played pivotal roles in advocating for emancipation. The culmination of these efforts was the abolition of slavery with the passage of the 13th Amendment in 1865, signaling a turning point in Black American history. However, the end of slavery did not usher in an era of equality. The Reconstruction period was marred by systemic racism, segregation, and the emergence of the Jim Crow laws, which institutionalized discrimination. Despite these challenges, Black Americans continued to resist, establish communities, and contribute to the cultural and intellectual fabric of the nation. The early 20th century witnessed the Great Migration, as Black Americans moved from the rural South to urban centers in search of economic opportunities and an escape from racial violence. This migration laid the groundwork for the growth of vibrant Black communities, cultural movements such as the Harlem Renaissance, and the emergence of influential figures like Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston. The mid-20th century saw the rise of the civil rights movement, a transformative period marked by courageous activism and leadership. Figures like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and Malcolm X spearheaded campaigns against segregation and systemic racism. Landmark legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, aimed to dismantle legal barriers to equality. While significant progress has been made, contemporary Black America faces ongoing challenges. Systemic racism, economic disparities, and social injustices persist, evidenced by movements like Black Lives Matter, which highlight the urgent need for reform and societal change. The struggle for justice, equity, and the recognition of Black humanity continues into the 21st century. The history of Black America is an unbroken thread woven with courage, resilience, and the pursuit of justice. From the shackles of enslavement to the civil rights movement and beyond, the journey reflects the enduring spirit of a community that has contributed immeasurably to the nation's cultural, social, and political landscape. Acknowledging this history is essential for fostering empathy, understanding, and collective action to address the challenges that persist today and building a more inclusive and equitable future for all. Understanding the historical journey of those who came before us is a powerful means of drawing inspiration, learning valuable lessons, and building a collective vision for a better future. For the African American community, in particular, delving into Black history is not just a reflection on the past. It is a transformative exercise that illuminates the path toward progress and equality for all. To understand those who came before them, African Americans must acknowledge the struggles and adversities faced by their forebears. From the horrors of slavery to the civil rights movement and beyond, the journey of African Americans has been marked by resilience, courage, and unwavering determination. Recognizing this legacy fosters a sense of pride and appreciation for the strength and perseverance demonstrated by earlier generations. Black history is replete with trailblazers who defied societal norms and paved the way for progress. Figures like Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and countless others fought against injustice, sparking change and contributing to the ongoing struggle for civil rights. Understanding the sacrifices and triumphs of these trailblazers serves as a wellspring of inspiration, motivating individuals to take up the mantle of social justice in their own lives. Studying Black history also provides an opportunity to learn from past mistakes and injustices. By examining the systemic barriers and discriminatory practices of the past, individuals can gain insights into the roots of contemporary challenges. This knowledge empowers the African American community to advocate for change, dismantle oppressive structures, and work towards creating a society that values equality, justice, and inclusivity. Understanding the struggles and triumphs of those who came before fosters a sense of community and solidarity within the African American population. It reinforces the idea that progress is a collective effort, and that each individual plays a role in shaping the trajectory of history. By appreciating the interconnectedness of their experiences, African Americans can forge a stronger sense of unity, transcending divisions and working towards shared goals. Ultimately, the importance of understanding Black history lies in its potential to serve as a beacon guiding individuals towards a better life for all. By appreciating the lessons of the past, the African American community can navigate the challenges of the present and lay the groundwork for a more equitable and inclusive future. This knowledge is not exclusive but rather a source of wisdom and inspiration that can benefit society as a whole. As African Americans delve into their history, they embark on a journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and communal understanding. The stories of those who came before them serve as beacons, illuminating a path towards justice, equality, and a better life for all. By embracing this legacy, the African American community contributes not only to its own progress but also to the broader aspiration of building a society founded on principles of justice, dignity, and shared humanity. In the 21st century, the notion of freedom must transcend mere political independence and extend to encompass the eradication of marginalization, discrimination, and prejudice. A society's claim to freedom cannot be authentic if any segment of its population remains marginalized or discriminated against. This essay explores the interconnectedness of freedom and inclusivity, emphasizing why xenophobia, racism, ethnocentrism, anti-Semitism, prejudice, homophobia, and greed have no place in the contemporary world. True freedom goes beyond the absence of external oppression. It requires the dismantling of internal barriers that hinder the full participation and flourishing of every individual. In a society where certain groups face discrimination, be it based on race, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, or economic status, the promise of freedom remains unfulfilled. The chains of inequality must be broken to realize a society where every person can live authentically, with dignity and respect. Xenophobia, racism, and ethnocentrism perpetuate harmful stereotypes and foster an us versus them mentality. In a globalized world, these attitudes not only stifle the potential of marginalized groups but also hinder societal progress. Embracing diversity and promoting cultural exchange are essential for cultivating a rich tapestry of perspectives that can drive innovation, understanding, and collaboration. Anti-Semitism, prejudice, and homophobia undermine the principles of equality and human rights. These discriminatory attitudes perpetuate cycles of exclusion and can have severe consequences for the mental and physical well-being of affected individuals. A society that values freedom must reject these biases, fostering an environment where everyone is accepted and celebrated for who they are, irrespective of their background or identity. Greed, often manifested in economic inequality, disrupts the balance of societal harmony. When wealth and resources are concentrated in the hands of a few, opportunities for education, healthcare, and advancement become unevenly distributed. True freedom requires addressing systemic inequalities and embracing policies that ensure economic justice, creating a society where prosperity is shared by all. In the interconnected world of the 21st century, the call for global citizenship becomes ever more crucial. Borders should not be barriers to empathy and solidarity. A society that values freedom understands the importance of transcending national, racial, and cultural boundaries, recognizing the shared humanity that unites us all. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, it is imperative to recognize that no country, including America, can claim to be truly free if any of its people are marginalized or discriminated against. The eradication of xenophobia, racism, ethnocentrism, anti-Semitism, prejudice, homophobia, and greed is not just a moral imperative but a pragmatic necessity for building a world where freedom is inclusive, equitable, and shared by all. It is a collective responsibility to dismantle the chains of discrimination and work towards a future where every individual can thrive, contributing their unique talents to the betterment of society as a whole. In a world often marked by divisions, it is essential to recognize and celebrate the profound truth that unites us all, our shared humanity. Despite the visible diversity in skin color, language, and culture, the scientific reality is that we are all one race, one species. This article explores the compelling evidence in our DNA that underscores our common ancestry, with roots tracing back to Africa, emphasizing the importance of embracing unity in our global society. At the core of our shared humanity is our DNA, the genetic blueprint that makes us who we are. Scientific advancements have revealed that human beings share approximately 99.9% of their DNA, highlighting the remarkable similarity that transcends superficial differences. This genetic unity underscores the fact that, regardless of race or ethnicity, we belong to the same biological family, Homo sapiens. Delving into the study of human origins reveals a common ancestral heritage rooted in Africa. The out of Africa theory posits that modern Homo sapiens originated on the African continent and later dispersed across the globe. As such, every individual, regardless of their current geographic location, can trace their ancestry back to Africa. Recognizing this shared origin fosters a sense of interconnectedness and unity that transcends artificial divisions. While society often categorizes individuals into different racial groups based on superficial characteristics, the genetic evidence dismantles the notion of race as a biological reality. Race, as a concept, is a social construct that has been used historically to justify discrimination and segregation. Understanding that our genetic differences are minimal reinforces the idea that race is not a meaningful or valid categorization of humanity. Embracing the scientific truth of our shared humanity provides a foundation for promoting inclusivity and dismantling prejudices. When we recognize that our differences are minor variations within the vast spectrum of human genetics, it becomes apparent that diversity is not a threat but a source of strength. By fostering inclusivity, we can build societies that celebrate the richness of human experiences and perspectives. Understanding our common ancestry and genetic unity calls for a shift in perspective towards global citizenship. Instead of being divided by arbitrary boundaries or preconceived notions, we should recognize our shared responsibility to each other and to the planet. Embracing our interconnectedness encourages empathy, cooperation, and a collective effort to address global challenges. In the tapestry of humanity, diversity is a source of beauty and strength, not division. Our shared genetic heritage, rooted in Africa, underscores the fundamental truth that we are one race, one species. Recognizing this fact is not just a matter of scientific understanding, it is a call to action. Embracing our common humanity requires breaking down the walls of prejudice and discrimination, fostering a world where unity, empathy, and inclusivity prevail. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, Let us celebrate our shared roots and work collectively towards building a more compassionate and harmonious global society. Thank you for watching. My channel, known as the Renaissance Spirit, is dedicated to the pursuits of a just, equitable, and humanitarian world. Video topics encompass areas including the history, politics, religion, personal development, society, culture, social and environmental justice, and other topics of liberal arts and sciences including ancient Rome and the Roman Empire, which is a great comparison and contrast of the modern world. Topics perfect for the true modern polymath. The Renaissance ushered in a golden age in the pursuit of knowledge both lost to time and yet to be discovered. It gave birth to the Enlightenment and the Age of Reason. Embracing truth, knowledge, and an understanding and compassion for humanity opens up the world to each of us individually and improves all of humanity, affording us the opportunity to be better stewards of the earth and to each other. The Renaissance spirit, more than just a philosophy or style, but a style for living, learning, growing and thinking. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share. If you're looking to explore and experience what life has to offer, I'm sure you'll enjoy the other videos on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, you may also enjoy our video, Slavery and the Triumph of Family, Faith and Justice in Black America, as well as our other videos on the subject. For a deeper dive into the Doctrine of Division, check out my videos, Doctrine of Division, Christianity, Colonization and Native Americans, The Greedy History of Race and Why We're All Ancestrally African, and a more contemporary take with The Importance, Mandate, and Promise of the United Nations. You may also enjoy my videos on Human Migration, From Ancient Roots to Modern Challenges, and Deconstructing Race, Rethinking Our Perceptions, to name a few. But first, please take the quiz next to see if you're a Renaissance spirit. Live the Renaissance Spirit.
The St. Louis Blues.